all the way down inside the 40, and yes, it's a first down for the energetic 6'1", 200-pounder out of Harriman, Tennessee.
Well, the Orlando Rage made their adjustments at halftime. They said, listen, the first half, David Gibson killed us. Latario Rochelle killed us.
45.
These guys, we can't let them kill them anymore. We're going to go cover them. Well, now, these guys wide open. Oh, yeah, look at that. Open receiver underneath. But they're looking to get downfield, score more points.
48.
Like Coach Luganville said, get more points on the board.
McCullough trying to ground it out on the ground. Gets a gain of 4 to the 36.
Coach, you got a big lead. The XFL seems to be a wasteland for quarterbacks. Why leave Tommy Maddox in there right now?
Well, it's still a football game. I mean, we'll make that change when we feel that it's ready to do it. Tommy Maddox is playing well right now. This game's not over yet.
Well, Jeff Brom's on a gurney right now. Don't you think you might want to give this guy a little bit of a rest?
Well, we'll see.
Maddox having, and he's had the perhaps the best year of all the quarterbacks. He is a tighty, 18 out of 24 for nearly 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions again for the 3rd straight game. Here's McCullough on the draw. Out of the 26, he hangs on to the ball. Clock keeps ticking now. 40 seconds left, 3rd quarter.
You know, it's good to know that our Lee Rehrman really cares. He cares about those quarterbacks.
Let's go empty. 50, Pennsylvania, Chicago change. On one, right?
Maddox beat out the top selection of all of the XFL inaugural draft, Scott Milanovich, the backup, the #1 pick. Gibson to a couple. Corey Gilliard came up from his spot at strong safety. As the 3rd quarter comes to an end, and the talking continues. Scott Milanovich hoping for his first shot of the season. It likely will come
on the kickoff
in the 4th quarter.
You hit him pretty good.
LA Extreme. That says it all here at the Coliseum.
Napkins.
The Whopper says, any food left unattended is community property.
So wrong.
In the land of burgers, the flame-broiled Whopper is king.
There is an easier way to get an XFL football. Come to Pep Boys and get an official size and weight XFL football free with a Castro motor oil case purchase or oil change. Only at Pep Boys.
Inevitably, there will come a time in your life when you realize you need a cell phone. And when that time comes, we'll be here.
There's no sense in working in construction unless you're comfortable.
Hey, you put these boots on in the morning, and at the end of the day, you're going to feel good enough to do a little something else for yourself.
With Wolverine DuraShocks, comfort is a guarantee. Your car never nags. It never complains about how much time you spend with the guys. It thinks a little gas is a good thing. Here's to the perfect relationship.
Presents the XFL Defensive Player of the Week. In the land of burgers, Whopper is king. New York, New Jersey Hitmen safety Brad Trout played a key part of a stingy defense that held the Demons to under 200 yards passing. Trout had 6 tackles and the key interception late in the game to give the Hitmen an upset win over the Demons. That was the Burger King XFL Defensive Player of the Week. In the land of burgers, Whopper is king.
And the team's not bad either. That fan enjoying The action today is the Extreme leading 9-zip after the first quarter. A touchdown by Maddox, a field goal by Cortez. Broken open second quarter, a field goal by Cortez, and then 2 passes by Maddox, both to McDonald. One set up by an interception late in the second quarter. 25-zip, shutting out the undefeated Rage, who were the top scoring team coming in.
Yeah. Yeah. Go!
Once again, the Extreme going with, brought him to the dance. 4 wide, 4 wides.
And they're blitzing Maddox, who picks the wide receiver. Oh, a great catch by Darnell McDonald, but a flag goes down on the man-to-man coverage. Maddox, so smart. Well, he found the coverage.
Exactly, and this is what they did. To his left, the bottom of the screen, they grouped 3 wide receivers in a bunch.
That's interference defense, 35.
First down, 3 wide receivers, leaving McDonald one-on-one on top. Steven Fisher one-on-one with McDonald. When you're at one-on-one, a couple things can happen. 1, you can make the catch. 2, you get the interference, which is just about good enough. That was close.
A little iffy.
Both going up for the ball.
Well, it's not iffy. Yeah.
12 penalty for the Rage right now. This is just, and that one, like we said, a little bit iffy, but still, when it rains, it pours.
That one will make the coaching staff maybe use the bags on the airplane flight home. That's really a horrible stat for their team. McCullough, yes! Melanie McCullough is back home, and he's in the end zone he dreamed about for his entire life. Pasadena wanted to go to USC, didn't work out. He was injured while at Oregon when they played their lone game here at the Coliseum. And finally,
it wasn't big, it wasn't fancy, but it was power, it was leverage. He knew where the end zone was. I'll tell you what, you talk about a guy, you hear the term, got a nose for the end zone. He saw it there, man. He was just dragging people.
Let's go deuce tough lie, Rocket Florida
3
special.
long yards that took a lifetime to get for Saladin McCullough. Touchdown for the Extreme.
Go!
You'd think this would be the last series for Maddox of the day, but you never know. Lucasville probably thinks it's even a tighter game now at 31-zip. Copeland in motion, some fancy moves. Deflected.
Well, that was a 10-play, 79-yard drive.
Cover. I want to make sure you're healthy, okay? Don't look at me like that. All right? You're hurt a little bit.
My name is Jeff from Long Beach, California. And pop to me, I'd say, is the whole feel of staring at a 1969 Super Sport Camaro. It's got to be blue, and it's got to have a big white racing stripe. Now that is pop. Thanks.
End of message. CNN, we've got pop.
Gardeners, if you love fresh-tasting vegetables and beautiful flowers, but hate the thought of back-breaking work, call toll-free for our Troy-Bilt Great Gardens catalog with exciting information on our full line of Troy-Bilt Tillers. Discover how the amazing Troy-Bilt Tillers work rich organic matter into your soil for beautiful gardens and delicious fresh vegetables. Plus, Troy-Bilt Tillers are the best tiller value on the market with a cast-iron gear-driven transmission, not a hard-to-maintain chain-driven transmission that is less reliable. We even offer a lifetime warranty. So why buy another tiller when you can get the best tiller on the market at an amazing new low price? And for a limited time on select models, free financing, free shipping, and free bumper. Learn more about the best value Troy-Bilt Tillers. Call for your free Troy-Bilt catalog today. For complete details on the entire line of Troy-Bilt Tillers, call toll-free 1-800-889-6900. That's 1-800-889-6900, or visit our website at www.troybilt.com for 24-hour ordering.
My name's Marie, and I spent my whole life in Indiana, where it's flat, cold, and conservative. Then about a year ago, I got an opportunity to teach out here in LA. A part of me always wanted to be near the ocean, on the beach. My friends were shocked. They thought it was way too big a change. You know what I told them? Every once in a while, we all need to do something a little extreme.
here in Anaheim, California, working on her master's degree as well. And talk about something extreme. I mean, you never would have thought this. 31 zip, LA.
Unbelievable. Not so much that the extreme were able to get it, but the rage gave it.
Brian Shea at the 20's been unable to really get loose, just like his teammates today.
Jeff, you left the game in the first half with a separated shoulder. Any idea how long you're going to be sidelined?
Well, it's kind of for sure right now. I would probably guess 3 or 4 weeks, but it's hard to tell.
So there's a chance you could be back for the playoffs?
Possible.
Week 7 of the XFL, just 3 weeks to go after this. And in case you're not aware, the divisions each with 4 teams. The top 2 teams in the East, the top 2 in the West will meet and actually go across the divisions. Number 2 East playing number 1 West. Number 2 West playing number 1 East. In the first round of the playoffs, setting up the big game at the end. 3rd week of April as Bailey is taken down. Right now, even if Orlando loses this, Bob, they would look at something like 6-1. And New York would be 3 back. New York plays them next week. It could be a long shot still, but if they had been were to pull off the game we have next week right here,
one trade, 962, 1-2,
Orlando, they could pull within 2 of Orlando for first with 3 games to go.
That's right. You know, and again, but the one thing too, it's a short season. It's only 10 games, so you know you got to get it where you can get it, and you can't afford to slack off at all at the end.
Oh, come on, guys! Kuklik with a gain on a skinny. Culver, a nice pickup down to the 41-yard line. You know, even with the score, had the Rage not made the critical mistakes, particularly the turnovers. One in the end zone and cashed in there and not gave away really a touchdown at the end of the second quarter. They'll still be in the game.
Well, it's not even just the turnover, but the mistakes, the penalties. And we're talking, what, 11, 12 penalties now. And this has just kept them from keeping drives going. We saw at halftime that they dominated time of possession, but if you have the ball, they can't do anything with it. It doesn't do any good. It's nothing.
Rage did catch the fortune of getting both San Francisco and Las Vegas at home this year. The only road games they've played were at Memphis and at New York. So the schedule has been favorable. 4 of their first 6 were at home. They had to come back in 4 of 6, and they were the first ones to admit to us yesterday, talking to them, Bob, they weren't overplaying the 6-0 because they haven't been dominant despite a dominating record.
Exactly. They've been winning the games, but it's not like they've just been blowing people out, which is fine, man. I mean, you don't want to see.
Take the win.
Exactly. And these guys have just, they've fought along. They've got talent on that team. There's no doubt about it. We're just not seeing it today. For some reason, they went to a passing attack early instead of staying with the
Don't let me get too many
attack.
of them.
Derek Clark had been, with other running backs, had been the heart of that offense. Getting it going, setting the run, working the pass off of that. Today has been all pass, really going out of their normal game plan. Today, Derek Clark, 5 carries, 11 yards. And I believe on 2 of those carries, they were called back for with penalties and holding. So it really has been way out of their normal game plan.
Kuklik looking, the fire, got a man open, he's got it. Diallo Burks inside the 5, down to the 3 for the Rage, who certainly don't want to be shut out if nothing else here this afternoon.
Man, now that was a hell of a throw and catch. No doubt about it. That was a hell of a throw and a catch. Watch how the ball goes in there. He throws it to the outside shoulder, right over that outside shoulder, man. You really got to throw it in there to make that catch.
14 on 1.
Diallo Burks got his name, his mother, pregnant, so I contested on the TV game show. Remember the Joker's Wild? There was somebody named Diallo, and that's how he got his first name. Meanwhile, Kuklik for a touchdown, diving in. He's got a touchdown, Rage. So Brian Kuklik, finally for the Rage, tasting the end zone, and Orlando is on the board.
Well, they've certainly got a stigma to live up to. And that's letting the LA beat them up the way they did today, but at least they didn't give them the shutout. The naked boot off the fake, wide open. Kuklik,
0-9-69, 3-9
he was
angle,
going for it all by himself.
10 minutes remaining. As the Rage still thinking about firing back. Not positive, it's been done before. Kuklik fires flag down. Throw way over the head of Kevin Swain. And you know, on that play, if you're beat as a defender, why not?
Okay, 29.
Yeah, it was Ricky Parker was in the way, just standing in the way.
Pass interference defense, 29. The ball will be placed on the 1-yard line. Repay the try.
It's only a difference of 1 yard. For 1 point, they still got to go for it anyway.
Still got to go for it anyway.
Slant against Delta, the inside guy's got to go to the slant.
Huh?
Right?
Al Luganville is not thinking about his dinner plans. He's still very much concerned about what is going on. Time a handoff, and the running game hasn't gone anywhere today, and it doesn't there. Matt Kennelly makes the stop for LA, so it remains 31-6.
14.
Now, if you're thinking at all about staying in the game, you got to be thinking onside kick. We'll see if it happens when we come back.
The guys who brought you Mary comes a comedy.
Could have saved some for the honey.
What are you saying, Gilly?
That gets to those hard-to-reach areas. Say It Isn't So.
That was you on the internet.
Rated R. Friday, only in theaters.
I'm walking around mud, rocks, rain. My feet are comfortable, and that's the most important thing.
With Wolverine DuraShocks, comfort is a guarantee.
Honey, did you get paper plates?
Short trips really beat up your engine, but Penzoil with Pure Base is formulated to protect against the harshness of everyday driving. We can't change the way you have to drive, but we can protect you from it.
What kind of steaks did you get?
Stop and go. Protection from Penzoil.
Buy 5 quarts of Penzoil and a Purelator premium oil filter at Pep Boys and get $3 back by mail.
Thinking of you. Love always. Jessica.
They're beautiful.
They smell so nice.
You're a lucky man.
The Whopper says, nothing says I love you like flame-broiled beef.
Mind if I call her?
In the land of burgers, the flame-broiled Whopper is king.
The XFL on TNN is brought to you by cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Never miss a genuine opportunity. By Say It Isn't So, from the guys that gave you There's Something About Mary, Friday. And by Burger King. In the land of burgers, Whopper is king.
Back in beautiful Los Angeles, an absolutely spectacular weekend. I think they took the weather we had last week in San Francisco and threw it down here. And you lived there. You've had a lot of rain lately on the weekend.
I'm surprised there's so many people out. I figured they'd be out at the beaches or something. They've been raining every week in Southern California. Finally, it's a sign of spring. But I guess the sign of spring now in Los Angeles is extreme football.
Well, they got the word. That's for sure. The XFL in town, and they've made it a part of their Sports Sunday. Catch your game near you. Damon Dunn on the return and did kick it. Dern turning the corner. Dunn's got some room at the 40. And knocked out the 42. Why wouldn't you try an onside kick there?
Yeah, because there's still a lot of time left. I mean, this isn't.
You don't kick it if you want to win.
You know, all you have to do if you can stop them. You don't want to put the extreme, first off, in a position of good field position again. It's all been bad field position for the Rage. If you kick try the inside kick and you don't make it, the extreme gets it, you're automatically in bad field position.
You need, what, 4 scores here to try and win the game. 4 scores is only 9 minutes to go. If you want to win the game, you got to kick the onside kick.
But if they're going to win, it's going to come down to this. The defense is going to have to succeed. And if they can stop them 3 and out, then they can get the ball in pretty good field position.
New quarterback for the first time this year, the absolute top selection of the inaugural XFL draft back on October 28th. He does not get a chance to stab it right out. Scott Milanovic is in.
Tommy Maddox, a big win today. Now you get a chance to take a breather. Today was almost too easy for you, buddy.
Well, it was exciting. The offensive line did a great job. The defense did a great job. And when we got down there, we put a lot of points on the board. So it's a good opportunity to get Scott in there and let him play a little bit.
Well, you have a lot of offensive weapons. That was really obvious today with all the receivers you have, the great running backs who are emerging. You guys are really poised for a great run to the title, huh?
Well, we just got to take it 1 week at a time. This is a big one for us. We'll go next week.
Milanovich handing off to McCullough for a few yards.
Hey, I don't know how much time's left on Lee's clock.
Hey, Lee, you down there, Lee Rubin?
Yes, sir.
How much time's left on your clock? Is your game over?
I'm just about out of gas, buddy.
Okay, well, you told
I'm going to hang out with the cheerleaders to get my massage finished.
You're giving them the win already. 9 minutes to go.
Give me,
Lee will never make it as a coach, that's for sure.
Right. 44. I want her.
Scott Milanovich, Maryland Terrapins all-time leading passer.
Baker.
Most of Boomer Esiason's records there.
44.
Excellent student of the game. And off to McCullough. But Al Lugerman was telling me yesterday, when I asked him, he said Milanovich does not get any snaps at all in practice. Usually the second guy gets a third, like the Orlando quarterback,
Cook gets a third. Right, he gets exactly a third of it. He gets none of it. That's amazing. And you don't see that often. Now, what they do get, they get snaps, but it's usually the snaps for the other team's scout team. So you're throwing the ball, you're handing off the ball, but as far as the timing of your game plan, now you're not getting much play. And you saw his first possession, the first snap, they blew the cage first time.
Well,
and there you go again.
There, but late flag. Milanovich threw it anyway because he's been dying to throw the ball for a long time.
Well, once again, the cadence thing is, I don't know, it can throw both sides off. No. First play it threw off the offense. This time might have thrown off the defense.
Huddle up. No, you're fine. Is that first down, Hawk?
Defense. Left guard. 5 yards. Still third down.
Now he's thrown off the defense because he didn't take any snaps.
That's right.
Well, there's a big guy, the left tackle getting a little breather. Jerry Crafts, Big Daddy they call him. Bob Golick found out why.
He is a team player. You see him just kiss his buddy? That is one big guy. I stood next to him for a while. Not many people make me feel small.
Go. I'm backside.
44. 375.
44.
Pass complete, but Bob, you had a chance, and we'll check in on this in a moment, to actually have dinner with the 375-pounder out of Buffalo, New York. Now, was there enough food in the restaurant for you two guys, or what?
Well, without a doubt, we made sure we got the restaurant that had plenty of food. And, we just sat down and did the whole lineman thing. Sit down, order as much meat as you can get, and eat until you can't move anymore.
He's played it all five.
Although I was a little disappointed that he saved room for dessert. I thought he would have filled himself up on just beef. No, I filled myself up on meat. I wasn't going for the foo-foo stuff.
44.
Play action. He's going to throw. Dropped by Leatherwood. Here's more of that big dinner.
Gentlemen, you're hungry.
Oh, yeah. I don't have to be polite and wait, do I?
No.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Yeah, this right here. Here we go. I don't want that good ways. What's the heaviest you've ever been? It's 409. It's not 410. Yeah, that's right. 410 would be fat.
You got your boys getting all the huddle going. Look at the size of that guy. He's got to be 404 easy.
What do you mean? 45.
There he is.
45.
Oh, I love Big Daddy and that big gut of his.
But we were talking to him, too. He said, playing at 375, the most he's been at about 409.
Actually, though, Bob, most offensive linemen are not chiseled like the other players, but you look at the size of this guy, he may have a little bit extra, but not a lot. He's a big man.
Right, you're exactly right. He's big, he's thick. That head is chiseled, that's for sure.
And he doesn't get any extra cheap weight with the hair.
And you want to know something?
Guys get.
You want to know something? I've been retired for about 7 years now. He gave me a look back into the locker room that literally scared me. I forgot that it was like that in the locker room.
A lot of it throwing nearly picked off the line of scrimmage by James Roberson.
Route, Frank. Get her out.
Now, you go by Big Daddy, and after watching all that food you consume, the crowd behind you, good luck. Good thing it's a nice warm day today, or you might not have burned any of that off.
That's right. We had a good day today offensively, and I'm glad the whole team, defense, and everybody put a good show on for these fans, you know?
Now, are you really 375, or is that just to keep the girls loving you?
I'm 352, but I'm still pretty.
Well, he was listed at 375. I'm just wondering, maybe Lee can follow up. Who ate more, Golick or Kraft?
Let me just say this. He leaned over and said to me, "Are you going to finish that?"
In the end zone, smartly let go by Skinny Colbert. As soon as it hits the end zone, automatically comes back to the 20. That's when the rage will take over as LA is feasting today. But this time it's on Orlando.
On March 30th, the bachelor party begins.
You want to join us?
I'm never getting married, right, honey?
What a man. You the man.
You colossal moron.
Let's swap some bodily fluids, baby.
Tomcats.
I should really be heading home. It's a school night.
Rated R. Opens everywhere March 30th.
Tom Green here at Muscle Beach with some big, tough weightlifters. We're going to show how right guard extreme sport works even under the most extreme conditions.
Back, stop.
Uh-oh. Run! Oh no, the kid is going to get you! He got you! Look, extreme protection against odor and wetness. Goes on clear and it doesn't quit. Kitty.
Right guard extreme sport. Get extreme. Get right guard.
Ouch.
She's a real beauty, and she never bugs you about spending so much time with the guys. She never complains about you watching football. She thinks a little gas is a good thing. Maybe she isn't a she after all. Here's to the perfect relationship. Here's how to keep it that way.
Explosive airstrike.
Touchdown, David!
A deadly ground attack.
Touchdown, Chicago! Well, Dave, the Rage may be hanging their heads a bit after what has been a terrific season so far, averaging, Bob, a league high 26. The rushing yards not there today, 6 points. I don't think it's just the fact that the rush attack has worked. Nothing really
Z0 Trey, 60 feet. No, they got out of the rush game early, forced themselves to pass all day, and they attacked. And one of the keys here was penalties. Their season average was 5.8 penalties per game. Today, 13. And it's not just the number of penalties, but it's when they come sometimes. It really hurts you.
In motion, Skinny Culver.
Nice.
Kevin Swain gets the catch to the 37-yard line.
There's the Keyshawn Johnson.
He's out here.
Yeah, talking to Scott Milanovic.
GM's right there. You know, I'm going to start coaching, and I needed something to do until I finished my degree. Because we just bought a house and just bought another house upstate New York.
What are you doing? Keyshawn Johnson. Talking to Milanovic. Go over the middle, complete to Swain. Kevin Swain diving inside the 50-yard line. So listen in a little more.
I'm about to throw one deep. No, I don't. I stopped dipping. My man's got the expensive yellow diamonds. He's got the expensive yellow diamonds.
I had DeWitt with me yesterday.
Keyshawn Johnson on the right there in the tan shirt with the jeans. Great wide receiver for the Trojan as well. A lot of UCLA and USC stars are out here playing. Mario Bailey making the catch there.
On the ball. We're out here, we're on the ground now. Well, with under 5 minutes left, under 4 minutes left, I don't think they think at this point they're going to be able to put enough points on the board to win this one. But at least they want to work on some hurry up, learn some things, and look respectable finishing it up.
Cooking with some time throwing, nearly picked up. Yes, it is picked up. It's picked up by Reggie Durden of Los Angeles. Hang on. Referee's jumping into it. Yes, it will be an interception. But he was stopped around the 30-yard line.
Once again, this defense, whether it's rushing or covering, unbelievable. Great position. Look at it right underneath the receiver. I don't know why that ball was thrown. That ball was thrown right to Durden.
Of Busch Beer. Proud sponsor of the NASCAR Busch Series.
The Weekend Warrior. He doesn't play for money. He doesn't play for glory. He plays for the love of the game.
No, we don't. We do it for them.
If it's a legal procedure you want, score with Stacker 2, the world's strongest fat burner. Stacker 2 can help burn fat offsides, build a tight end, get your backfield in motion, and give you the energy needed for the sack. Stacker 2, voted this year's most valuable fat burner.
My boots, they're very important. I got to walk around all day in them. They better be comfortable and they better be right. These are my feet.
With Wolverine DuraShocks, comfort is a guarantee.
Walking around on your feet, you're on those 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life you're standing on your feet here at work. You need to be comfortable.
With Wolverine DuraShocks, comfort is a guarantee.
In competition, injuries happen. It's part of the game. And to get back your level of performance takes a lot of hard work, discipline, and the best health care. Health South is the nation's leading provider of outpatient diagnostic, surgery, and rehabilitation services. So we can help you get back fast to the action, the competition, and the glory. We know your body. We understand your spirit. We get you back.
Penalties have been huge to stop and drive.
The Orlando Raiders were hoping to clinch first today, but so far it has been the Extreme #1. Still holding out hope for home field overall. Big hits today in this game, Abdullah.
If you want to live in the trenches, take a listen. Oh! Then make your decision.
No thanks.
It's like music.
I don't think so. Well, that's not, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah, right. They scored a touchdown. Look at that determination. You don't want the helmet ripped off your head, though.
Atlanta Rage came in very excited, and they know they got a lot of season to go. 6-1 after this game.
And like we were saying before, a lot of people don't realize this. There's a certain amount of release and relief that comes with this 44. Loss for the Rage. Certainly they didn't want to lose by this amount.
44.
But man, that whole stigma of being undefeated, and that adds an extra dimension of tension to your whole season that you don't need on top of everything else.
Now you might think, all right, they lose, they still have 3-game lead at first, not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal because with LA winning, it's now only a 1-game difference between the two teams. LA only has to make up one over the final 3, having won the head-to-head. Again, we're looking way ahead, but if it came down to the big game at the end, and LA can make up the 1 game over the final 3, and they've got 2 of those at home, then they could host the big game again if they got that far. So this game does have implications. And off to Oxendine, not to mention making a statement to the Rage and to the XFL that the Extreme are here to stay. Of course, XFL coming up on UPN. At 7 o'clock Eastern, the Demons of San Francisco at 3-3. They're going to need a win to stay a game back of LA. Chicago Enforcers, crucial game for the Enforcers tonight, Bob. If they lose, they're 2 out of the second-place playoff spot with 3 to go. If they win, they're just a game out of the playoff spot.
Yeah, they've been battling hard all season. I think at the beginning of the year, they didn't think they were going to be that close. But like I said, it's a short season. You got to win it when you can, and it's going to be a tough one.
As we're making our way up the hill, I can hear gunshots echoing in the distance.
Let's go, soldiers. You will not have a whole lot of time.
First, once you had that magazine.
I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done this before.
Left side is ready. Right side is ready. The middle
precision and confidence.
Log on. Watch Michelle hit the mark. Only at GoArmy.com.
If you can't stop here, stop here for 25% off the regular price of Midas VSD brake pads and shoes. They've got a lifetime guarantee and they're the best we've ever offered. They're quieter, they stop faster, and last longer. And if they wear out, we'll provide you with new ones at no charge for as long as you own your car. So for 25% off VSD brakes, go Midas.
This spring.
I'm La Muzinda.
Lamu what?
La Muzinda. Means goddess of light.
Cool, do your thing. Good men aren't hard to find. Morris Chestnut, D.L. Hughley, Bill Bellamy, Shamar Moore, The Brothers. Rated R opens Friday.
There is an easier way to get an XFL football. Come to Pep Boys and get an official size and weight XFL football free with a Castro motor oil, case purchase, or oil change. Only at Pep Boys.
Sports drinks. Not cutting it, okay?
What do you bench? 350. Gallons?
By the way, your body call. Yeah, looking for some vitamin D and A. Come on!
Hey, I found a quarter. Can I get a spot here? Yeah. What are you drinking? Sports drink. Sports drink. Later, sunshine.
Well, you just hit the stop button. They got a stop button, or you just stop walking, or you got to. How?
Want to play? Milk has 9 essential nutrients active bodies need.
I'm all right. I'm up. Orlando Rage with 3 to go in this 10-game season. We will see them next week. The hot Hitmen who have won 2 straight now to pull into second will battle, and then the 2 road games at Birmingham. Both playing for their lives. That game on the network of NBC, and then they finish it out against Chicago. Look at the extreme schedule here. 2 of their final 3 at home, Bob.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, being at home is definitely a good thing. The Outlaws are a tough one, and I don't know. I think the way the momentum carries though this time of the year, it's got to be good for the extreme in that sense. But the one thing we're noticing too is that there's almost a total changeover of power, but some teams are starting to finally get in sync. So it's hard to tell what that end of the season schedule is truly going to give to them.
Tommy Maddox had a huge day, couple of touchdowns. Now Milanovic gets a chance, and he finds Darnell McDonald, who already has 2 touchdowns. And man, up 25 points. They're still throwing the ball. They want to give Milanovic some experience, but I'm wondering if Orlando Rage are a little ticked off on the sidelines. They're throwing bombs.
Cover 2, huh? Well, I don't know if it's that. I mean, they want to be able to move the ball, and you can't tell Scott Milanovic who you're trying to get some experience to just to hand the ball off.
In a lounge.
The thing is, McDonald had so beaten Ricky Bell out in the deep that he had to throw it. Milanovic had to throw the ball to him.
He could just run it, though, right off the bat.
McDonald was standing there waving his arms like, he was the last guy picked for a softball game.
I'm sure Al Lugano said, hey, we want to get Art back up. It's so important in the XFL, as we've seen in the recent weeks. Some playing time.
That's all this is about. It's not about running the score up. Al Lugano's not like none of these coaches that I've been able to tell are that kind of person. This is all about getting Milanovic good, true experience, not handoff right, handoff left.
Tommy Maddox has been the class of the XFL quarterback so far today. 3 first-half touchdowns. He threw for 2. He ran for another, and he played error-free football once again for the 3rd straight week.
Where'd you get the
His replacement, Scott Milanovic, the first pick of the draft this year, finally getting a chance. First snaps of the season.
You got the edge. You got the edge. Get on the line, Gibby. 44. Hot. Nobody knew. We didn't have our big
Prior to the snap, delay of game. Offense, number 13. 5 yards. The down remains second.
It didn't matter if it was a delay of game.
Nice job, Juan.
They were going into the take a knee
nice job, baby.
formation.
Hey, Solly.
Al is finally conceding victory here. 42 seconds left, and yes, a smile from the head coach. And why not? Well-deserved effort for his extreme.
The extreme will protect themselves and take a knee. But at this point, over and over.
Huge monster win for the LA Extreme.
I think we got one more snap. Good job, Reggie. Boy.
The LA Extreme
Good job,
go to 5-2 and take a 1-game lead on Vegas. Orlando now with Jeff Brown injured and hoping to be back for the playoffs if he's even out 3 weeks. That will be determined in the coming week. Al Luganville and the LA Extreme a huge 31-6 victory and undefeated no longer. The Miami Dolphins at 72 can celebrate.
Coach, is this one of those games you just chalk it up and say we got outplayed today?
Yeah, I mean, they played an excellent game. We lost field position all day. We couldn't get anything going offensively. Played extremely well defensively and offensively. And the kicking game. They were an extremely good football team today.
How much is it going to hurt you with Jeff Brom on the sidelines for at least the next 3 or 4 weeks?
Well, it always hurts you when you lose your starting quarterback. We've got to go back, regroup. We got confidence in Brian Kuklik, and we'll have to go from there.
Were you happy with what you saw in Kuklik this afternoon?
Well, I think Brian can handle it. I don't have any doubts about that. We just got to go back and practice a little bit.
All right, Coach.
Coach, a big win against the Rage. This wasn't a big win. This was a good old-fashioned ass-whooping.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that. That's for you to say.
I'll say it again. This is a good old-fashioned ass-whooping, Coach.
I've competed against Galen and his staff too many years to know that this is one of those days where everything went our way, and our guys made a lot of plays.
Now, your team seemed to be very confident. When does it become a potential overconfidence, and how are you going to keep these guys pumped up for the remainder of the season going into the big game at the end?
Like they got 24 hours to celebrate this, and then it's on to Las Vegas, and they know that. That's how we've gotten where we are, and we got to continue it now.
You're giving them a whole 24 hours?
Whole 24 hours.
I'm hiding at home tonight then.
Thank you.
Al Luganville with his hot LA Extreme, winners of 3 straight, behind Tommy Maddox, who was outstanding today for the Extreme.
Hey, Brian, really a tough game for you guys. How do you guys bounce back and come back next week?
You know, we just got to go back and practice like we have been. You know, we've won 6 games straight. You hate to... Today was one of those days, and we just got to get back and prepare like we have been.
Have you guys ever had that many breakdowns on the offensive line like you had today?
No, never. You know, the first quarter, we're the least penalized team in the league, and we come out, we got penalties all over the place. So, you know, just from the very get-up, it didn't go for us.
Now, if this team gets into the playoffs, you're going to be the guy that has to lead them. What are you going to do, and are you looking forward to that?
I can't wait. You know, I've been looking forward to this, and looking forward to taking the first snap next week and playing the whole game.
All right, Brian.
Tommy Maddox, we already talked about a big win about halfway through the end of the 4th quarter. Coming up next week, how do you guys stay pumped and ready to go into the draft for the end?
Well, you know, next week's a big division game for us, so it won't take long to get us pumped up. This was a good win for us, but next week we get back in the division, and we got to go play well.
Well, Coach Luganville says you got 24 hours to enjoy this. How are you going to enjoy it?
Well, I'm going to go home and be with my family, but everybody will enjoy it. We'll get back to work next week. Everybody knows what we got to do, so we're still a long way from where we want to be.
Well, they told me the hot tub's empty if you want to go down to the end zone there.
Well, that might not be too bad.
Tommy Maddox accounting for 3 touchdowns today, and everybody wants a piece of the quarterback who started for UCLA and left after his sophomore year, twirled in the NFL for several years.
Hey, Jermaine Copeland, you guys came out here and made a statement today.
Oh, yeah, big time. Hey, we knew they're the undefeated team, but we know we got a better team. The LA Extreme hadn't really played real football till today, and that's what we came out and did, played real football.
You guys think you would dominate the way you did today?
Oh, yeah, basically, we totally dominated. I mean, the whole offense and defense, that's just the LA Extreme at its best right there. If we play like that the rest of the season, everything's on lock. You can guarantee that.
Is this a team that can win the championship?
It's a team that's going to blow somebody out at the championship, trust me.
Very nice.
Confidence.
Juan Long, a defensive spectacular performance today, and one play sticks out in everybody's mind. It was you hitting Jeff Brom, and the young guy's out for a couple of weeks.
It was a big game for us. We know Brown was a big QB for them. Really, he's their leader on the team. Once he got out, we understand that we were going. He killed the head, body followed.
Now, a lot of people have said that the defense for the Extreme hasn't quite been keeping up with the offense. Does this kind of silence those critics, you think?
It definitely does. I mean, beginning of the year, I know we had big plans, but so far, last 2 games, we ain't playing up to par. This game here, we came out, played well. No, the critics not being quiet.
I hear Tommy Maddox wants you to join him in the hot tub in the end zone. Great game.
All right.
The LA Extreme smiling today after this huge victory. 25-zip and a half, 31-6 the final. We'll be back with more. We'll go to the locker rooms and catch up more with the players. The LA Extreme moves to 5-2 and a one-game edge in the West. The Orlando Rage, their first defeat of the season. They fall to 6-1. Back with more from the LA Coliseum in just a moment. You're watching the XFL on the National Network.
The Weekend Warrior. He doesn't play for money. He doesn't play for glory. He plays for the love of the game.
No, we don't. We do it for them.
If it's a legal procedure you want, score with Stacker 2, the world's strongest fat burner. Stacker 2 can help burn fat offsides, build a tight end, get your backfield in motion, and give you the energy needed for the sack. Stacker 2, voted this year's most valuable fat burner.
She's a real beauty, and she never bugs you about spending so much time with the guys. She never complains about you watching football. She thinks a little gas is a good thing. Maybe she isn't a she after all. Here's to the perfect relationship. Here's how to keep it that way.
Tom Green here at Muscle Beach with some big, tough weightlifters. We're going to show how right guard extreme sport works even under the most extreme conditions.
Stop!
Oh. Run! Oh no, the kid is going to get you! He got ya! Look, extreme protection against odor and wetness. Goes on clear and it doesn't quit. Kitty.
Right guard extreme sport. Get extreme. Get right guard.
Ouch.
Veteran Smash Mouth football player Larry Zonka, the Zonk, heading north to Alaska. Join him immediately following the game. For those of you on the West Coast, go behind the scenes with the ground-pounding drag racers on popular hot rodding television. I don't know if Zonka has a 39 on the back of that green jacket, but you'll find out next. North to Alaska on the East Coast at 7. Popular hot rodding is at 4 p.m. out west. The LA Extreme got off to a good start in this game, Robert, and it started with the punt return.
No doubt about it. It was right off the bat. It was the special teams that took control. Damon Gibson was the one that took it down, put them in great field position to score, which they did. Tommy Maddox diving over the top. Coming back, that one of the big factors here, Jeff Brom getting whacked by Juan Long, putting him out for at least the next 3 to 4 weeks. But once again, the extreme attack, they slant. Thrown to McDonald and a quick slant over the middle coming from the left-hand side. Here we got the interception.
Good interception of the play by Lamont Evans. That goes late in the second quarter, too, Bob, setting up yet another slant touchdown.
And the exact same play on the other side of McDonald, just a quick slant.
All of a sudden at the half, it was 25-zip, and any hope of an Orlando run in the second half ended by the McCullough touchdown. Right there, 31-6. Let's go to the Orlando Rage locker room live.
We got 5 left, guys. That's where we got to go. Guys, hey, get your heads up. You're the best football team in this league. Got the best record. You're leading the East. Get your heads up. A lot to be proud about. Now, take care of your teammates. Tonight, you're on your own. Don't embarrass yourself for this organization. We will leave at 6:15 in the morning. You leave a wake-up call. Have your roommate leave a wake-up call. But guys, I gotta have you there. You know that. You know what's right. Take care of your teammates, all right? All right, guys. Let's have some fun. Here, come on in here. On me, guys.
Bring it up.
Yeah, just get around, get your hands in the air, guys. Rage on 3. 1, 2, 3, rage!
Galen Hall stressing the positives, which he should. because it has been a well of a start. Despite today, it's one game in 60 minutes, and they got to tuck it away. 6-1 so far. Moments ago now, over in the LA Extreme locker room.
One hell of an effort. Now, we've got where we are now because we took it upon ourselves to focus on each week. You got till 1 o'clock tomorrow to enjoy this one, and then it's on to Las Vegas, right here. Conference game. Division game. Guys, they don't get any bigger. I don't have to say anything more, okay? So let's get prepared. Focus. It's going to be a short week on the practice field. Play like hell Saturday night. Good job, and let's count them off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Jim Bell, I'm on headset with Mike if you need me. You want Jermaine Copeland?
Here in Los Angeles, the LA Extreme winning 31-6, and the focus as Orlando tries to pick it up after the defeat. And Al Luganville actually lying to us. He said he was going to give them 24 hours. He chopped it immediately to 21 hours.
Down to 21.
Enjoy it till 1 o'clock tomorrow.
And Galen Hall,
Galen
Hall, by the way, if you live in Southern California, be careful. There are some raging people staying around till 6:15 in the morning.
Watch your teammates. Back down to the locker room.
Damon Gibson, some big plays by you early on kind of set the tone for this LA Extreme victory. Did you come into this game knowing you had to do that?
I come into every game knowing I have to do that. That's my job. I'm the punt returner, and my job is to get us in good field position. I know with the weapons we have on this team, it's like none other. You know, we get us down there, that part of the field, we're going to score. So I knew we were going to win this game if I would, come to play today.
Now, why is the LA Extreme team gelling so well at this late stage?
Man, it's late in the season. I think this is the best time to be playing your best football. And we talked about it all camp. Some things didn't go our way. We had a few injuries, guys get dinged up, and we wasn't clicking. But, I mean, we still managed to pull out a few games. But we know we're the best team in the XFL, and it's the right time to be playing good football, and we're looking forward to winning the championship this year.
LA the pick by many of the experts in the preseason. Didn't look that way when they lost their first game, but they have responded since losing that first game by winning 5 of their last 6.
Hey, Derek, Coach was in here talking to you guys. You guys still have a lot to be proud of, but a tough day for you guys.
Oh, yeah, hey, they came out, they played ball. We started out flat, and we tried to pick it up in the second half, but it was too late. They had a great game plan ready for us, and they came out and played ball, and we didn't.
What happened with the running game today? You guys never really got it started. You barely touched the ball.
We started out, we got some good yards right out the bat, but I had a couple of penalties that brought it back, and and from then it kind of went downhill from there.
Is there anything positive you guys can take from this game?
Oh yeah, it's just a reality check for us, and hey, this one behind us over with now. We just got to get ready for next week.
All right, Derek.
Stop the streak.
That's right. That's right. And Derek Clark, well, he's a guy that they've relied on quite a bit. Today, 5 carries, only 11 yards. Certainly they went away from him, and I don't know, maybe they learned a valuable lesson. Don't go away from the ground attack if you're going to win a game.
There was talk, Bob, about the Outlaws early in the season, the Demons, and both of those teams could still be in the mix. The Rage, of course. All of a sudden, the LA Extreme, they show you today, they may be the best team in the XFL.
And you know what? It was so complete today. And, it sounds cliche when you talk about complete games. But the special teams, as we've said so many times, set the tone not only for the game and the excitement, but also the field position. And when that, came, then the offense took it to it. Then the defense went after the Rage offense and beat them up. And it was a total team victory.
We told you there would be explosives, but as it turned out, it was lopsided. It was all LA. The streak is over. The weight, maybe perhaps, Bob, off the shoulders of Orlando now. Still have a good 3-game edge in the Eastern Division. Final thought?
There's no doubt about that. The weight is off them now. They're still in the perfect position. If they can run out the course of their schedule, don't discount that Orlando Rage team just yet.
Next week, we'll have the Hitmen and Orlando on TNN at 1 o'clock. LA in the big NBC game, hosting Las Vegas. Final score again, 31-6. Football fans, more XFL action right now on UPN. The San Francisco Demons take on the Chicago Enforcers at famed Soldier Field. For Bob Golick, for Kip Lewis, Lee Rearman, the entire crew, Greg Minervini, so long from Los Angeles, where the Extreme have won their 5th game of the season, 5 out of 6, to take a 1-game lead in the West. Orlando now leading by 3 in the East. From Los Angeles, Craig Minervini, so long. This is the XFL on TNN, the national network.